Hi, this is Not Too Fast here. In this video I will show you this car dash cam from gearbest.com. This one I have here is the VIOFO A119, and this dash cam uses a super capacitor instead of a regular rechargeable battery, and it records in 1440 at 30 frames per second. So let's have a look around the box. Let's open this up and I'll show you what the camera looks like. Here's the car dash camera itself. This is the user manual. This is the power cable with the cigarette lighter plug at the end. Here is the USB cable. Here are a couple of clips with double-sided tape. Here's a back plate to mount to your windshield. Here's another double-sided tape. Let's take a closer look at the car dash camera. On the front we have a 2-inch color LCD display. Below that, this is the power button. This is the left select or record button. In the middle, this is the emergency or confirm button. Over here, this is the mic or right select button, and this is the menu button. Below that, this is the speaker. On the side, we have the reset button. This is the memory card slot, and to install the memory card, take your micro SD card and place it in here and insert it. On the other side, we have the AV output. This is the USB port to plug your power in. Looking at the back side, here you see the camera lens. Now this car dash camera uses the Novatek NT96660 chipset. And for the optics, it uses the latest HDR CMOS OV4689 image sensor. The lens on the camera has an aperture of f1.8, which is very big to allow a lot of light to come in to do nighttime recording. Now you'll notice that this lens can be adjusted up and down. Also, it can be adjusted left and right. Now this lens does have a very wide 160-degree viewing angle, so cover a lot of the road surface from left side to right side. You'll notice the shape of this camera is a wedge shape. The reason for that is because it allows you to mount this right up to the top of your windshield. So with the base that comes with this camera, you'll stick this with a double-sided tape onto the windshield, and then this camera will slide onto this base and lock it in place. Let me show you something really nice about the power plug, and this is the first time I've seen it on a car dash camera. It comes with a cigarette lighter that has dual USB charging output, and the spec on this has an output of 5 volt, maximum of 3.1 amp. So typically what that means is shared between the two ports. So maximum would be around 1.5 amp per port. And the way you want to connect this is take the power cable, plug it into one of the USB port right here, and then take this other end and plug it into the mini USB connector or the power port on the car dash camera. So let me power this on for the first time. Now, if your cigarette lighter plug is controlled by the ignition, then anytime you start your vehicle, the camera will turn on, and when you turn off the ignition, the camera will turn off. Once the camera is powered on, the recording will begin automatically, and you'll see the flashing red dot right here. In the middle here, this is the microphone. If you want to mute the audio, press the mic button right here to mute the audio. Press it again to unmute. Over here at the top right hand corner, you have the elapsed time of the recording. Below that, this is the resolution of the video recording, and here it tells you that the memory card is inserted. Below that, this is the date and time. Now if you want to stop the recording, press the record button. Also, one thing I noticed is that there's actually a red LED that's lit behind this record button. Very nice, because at night you can see this button. If I press this button, the recording will stop. Now you notice once I stop the recording, it will chirp at you to remind you that the recording has stopped. If you press the record button again to resume the recording, then that chirping stops. Now, while you're recording, if you see something happening on the road and you want to save that video clip and lock it in, press this emergency button right here, and then you'll see this icon show up. After a few seconds, it'll go away. And now you have the caution icon at the top here. That tells you that this 3-minute video clip is going to be locked and saved. It will not be overwritten. To get into the menu setup, you need to stop the recording first, and then press the menu button. Here you can use the right button or the left button to scroll up and down. To enter, press the middle button right here. Resolution default is 2560 by 1440p, 30 frames per second. Loop recording is set to 3 minutes. Exposure is 0. Wide dynamic range is off. Time-lapse recording is off. Motion detection is off. GPS, with this option you can turn on and off, but you do require an optional GPS unit, which this camera does not come with. So I'll leave it in off mode. Speed unit is for the GPS, miles per hour or kilometers per hour. G sensor is set to middle sensitivity. Lane departure warning system is off. Forward collision warning system is off. Date stamp is on. GPS info stamp is off. Model stamp on. Record audio is on. Screensaver is off. LED is on. Date and time. Here you set the date and time. Time zone. Language. Beep sound is on. Frequency. Format, to format the micro SD card. Format warning is off. Default setting, this will change the setting back to factory default. Car number. Customize text. Version, this one is A119.160.829.v1.1. Now we're back to resolution. Press the menu button again to go back to the record screen. Now if you want to check the playback, stop the recording and then press the middle button right here. Now you can scroll up and down to different video clips. Press this middle button again to play it. Hit the menu button to go back. Menu again to exit. Now as I mentioned, the unit will turn off automatically when you turn off the ignition. So I'll simulate it by taking out this power cord. And of course the unit will turn back on when I insert this power cord. I'll be installing the dash camera in this location. Now normally I would like to get it higher, say this location, but because this factory window has this dot matrix right in the middle here, it's going to block the camera view. So I'm going to put it right here where I can see the LCD and also be able to access all the buttons. Now if you're wondering what this thing is my antenna for the two-way remote start alarm system. So I'll put it right below that antenna right here. This base with the double-sided tape will go on the windshield. Once you install this onto the windshield, then you put the camera onto this base right here with this slot, and then it'll slide downwards and lock it in place. Here I've installed the base. Now place a camera on the mounts and slide it down. This power cable that comes with this camera is 11 feet long. What you need to do is run the mini USB side from the dash cam up to the headliner, over to the A-pillar, behind the molding, over to the dash, and connect it to your cigarette lighter plug right here. I've connected the power cable. Now I'm going to start the ignition. Here's a look at the dash cam from the outside. As you can see, this car dash camera performed very well in both daytime and nighttime. I hope you enjoyed watching this review of this car dash camera from GearBest. I'll put a link for this item in the description below. If you have any questions or comments, leave one in the comment section. And don't forget to click on the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.